So folks, quick update. It's Friday evening, ready to go home, enjoy a beautiful succulent meal with the missus. And I quickly check the news and I see that one of my favorite crypto projects that I've been following for a long time is partnering with my absolute favorite sports organization in the world. In fact, it's my favorite sport of them all. So I guess no rest for me, back to the studio, let's make a video. So this video hits really close to home. Many of you won't know this, but I'm a huge lifelong fan of the UFC and fighting in general. Don't believe me? Check this out. Now, if you think that was a killer left hook that I threw there, hit the like button below the video. So this has been my way to de-stress over the years, and if there's anything that I follow as close as the markets, it is UFC. That's mine. When I get 1 million subs, maybe I'll auction it for charity. So anyways, add two of my favorite things together and you get a video, which you should watch to the end so that YouTube promotes me more and I can come out with bigger and better content. So the UFC just struck a 100 million 5-year sponsorship deal with VeChain. Not the first time the UFC dabbles with crypto. They've got a deal with crypto.com. They have their own NFTs, a bunch of other cool projects. By the way, who do you got for Glover versus Yeri tomorrow? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, back to the topic. This is Finance Illustrated, not Fightman's Illustrated after all. So what is VeChain and does this affect its price in any way whatsoever? Now, if you look at TradingView, VeChain is currently down about 90% from its all-time high. So it's been a tough time for long-term holders with the money slowly but surely dripping out of the ecosystem. And frankly, I believe the valuation is a little bit unjust, but we have to factor in that we're in a bear market and there's general lack of trust in altcoins. And plus now, 100 million goes to UFC for sponsorships. That's quite a dent on the foundation's balance sheet. So the token has actually dipped today on the news about 3.2%. So who knows? Long term, I believe the major driving force for this token will still be the overall correlation to Bitcoin. And when we finally break out of this range that we're in, VeChain is likely to follow. Now, hold your horses. I'm not talking about a new all-time high, maybe just a trend reversal at first. Fundamentally though, VeChain is a pretty sound idea. Ever since I first heard about this project, I've liked it because it has one key advantage over other crypto projects. I would say over most crypto projects. It's not that all of them fall into this category, but most crypto assets don't really have a working real product tied to the token. The major issue that I have with crypto assets is the fact that most of them exist only digitally, without any tangible product to ground them with reality. For example, Bitcoin, depends on how you look at it, and I'm gonna get hate for this, it's really just a math equation that has value because we give it value. But this one here has always aimed to solve a real world problem, logistical supply chain issues, which is a thing that is very much in demand these days. A simplified explanation is when a company wants to sell and ship a product, they can use VeChain to give the product a unique identifier that then records everything that happens to the product throughout its supply chain. And all of this is recorded on the blockchain so that nothing can be messed with. But it doesn't really stop there. In 2016, they partnered with Renault to track vehicle history. So for example, if you wanted to buy a car, all of its ownership history, servicing history, mileage history gets recorded on the blockchain so that it's impossible for somebody to buy a lemon. You get full transparency on what you're getting. So there's real world applications like these where VeChain really excels. Sadly, this has not been the best coin for speculators, the category that I kind of fall into, people who want 800% gains in 2 minutes. And also the high maximum supply, which is 86 billion, also kind of limits the upside on this coin. If it were to hit $1, it would be in the top 3 cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap. So there's always something you have to keep in mind. How realistic is this huge price gain based on the circulating supply? Now, if you want me to do a thorough deep dive on VeChain and all of their enterprise integrations and whether or not I think this is a good investment, hit me up down in the comments and...
Do you want some? I'll give it you. You want to do it, mate?
For now, short term, I'll say this. I don't think this is a buy opportunity at the moment. Remember, this is not financial advice, but I would probably not enter a buy trade in these conditions because a 100 million sponsorship deal is in many ways similar to what happens in the stock market when there's mergers and acquisitions. When one company shells out a huge chunk of money for another, there's a lot of price volatility going on, and this is very similar. One company is just shelling a huge amount of money for sponsorship. Overall, them striking a massive deal is really good, especially striking this deal with the best of the best, and it's definitely a good thing. And UFC is the best of the best in fighting. And with a global audience of around 900 million and a combined reach of 200 million on social media, there could be a lot more attention on VeChain and the VET token. Some of which, I have to say, will come from folks who have not done their research, who will simply look at the price, 3 cents, think, oh, it's cheap, therefore it's a buy. Sorry, economics don't work like that, so do your research. And I'm super happy that my favorite sports organization is kind of leading from the front in the crypto industry with this crypto deal. And I'm also happy that they've decided to partner with a real legitimate project that has real world utility for enterprises and huge companies that deal with supply chains. So what should you do? Hold off for now, but also keep VET in your watch list. I think it will be very interesting because also tomorrow is a huge UFC event, and it's the first one where VeChain will already be integrated in terms of sponsorships and advertisements and everything. So one thing we should be definitely looking at is the trading volume, which is currently already up 35% from yesterday. And this will kind of tell if the volume spikes after tomorrow, trading volume, this will kind of tell maybe the UFC audience is actually entering the VeChain trading ecosystem. So if that happens, potentially there could be a buy signal opening up somewhere along the lines. So this correlation will be very interesting to watch. Let me know what you think, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.